You don't have to tell me. I know how tough vocabulary can be, especially if you're an intermediate level learner. You feel like you don't know enough, but you also know some things, and it's just a weird sort of in-between type of place. I get it. I've been there too. So today, I want you to steal these very common English expressions and start using them immediately, and you will impress everyone. But most importantly, you'll feel more confident about your English, because that's exactly what we want. And yes, the expressions I'm going to give you in this video are very common, very natural, and unfortunately are not very commonly used by English learners, which we're going to fix that now. The first one is to read the room. To read the room. We use this one to sort of mean the general vibe, atmosphere of a space or situation or people that you're with. So the ability to read the room is basically understanding where you are and what's going on around you and acting accordingly. For example, if I make a very stupid joke at a very inappropriate time or place, you can tell me, hey, come on, read the room. What are you doing? Read the room. Take a look around, see the context of the situation that we're in, and please act accordingly. Read the room.
Read the room.
Read the room, Bill!
Number 2, to own up to something. To own up to something is not only when you admit that you did something wrong and, you say, yes, this is my fault, but you also take responsibility for it. So you admit that you did something wrong, and then you take responsibility for it as well by, fixing it somehow or committing to never making the same mistake again. For example, yeah, I messed up, but at least I owned up to it. I didn't try to fight it. I said, yeah, I made a mistake. So own up to it.
Just own up to it.
What you did was wrong, and you know it, so you just got to own up to it and then move on.
Number 3, you know how some YouTube videos start very slow? The title is, these expressions will make you sound like a native speaker, but the intro is so long and it's not even related to anything. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just want to say, come on, let's stop doing this and let's get to the main point. I want to see what I came here to see. I want to talk about what, I came here to talk about. So for this type of expression, we can say, cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase. Let's not do any of this stuff and let's get straight to the point. Let's cut to the chase. That's how we say that. Can we cut to the chase? What's the final decision? Right? Don't give me this backstory. Don't beat around the bush. Just tell me how it is. Exactly, please. Cut to the chase. This is perfect for impatient people.
I will cut to the chase. Cut to the chase.
Number 4. Oftentimes we do things that we have to do maybe in the moment, but we understand, or somebody tells us that long term it's not the best idea, and in the long run it will have negative effects. For example, working nonstop many days in a row without taking breaks. Even if you can handle it, at some point you're gonna feel it. It's gonna add up and you're gonna feel it. So we have an expression for this particular situation, and that's to take a toll on someone. When something takes a toll on you, it has a negative effect that sort of is more long-term, not instant, but later on. Working nonstop for months really took a toll on me.
I'm worried that it's starting to take a toll on you.
It will take a toll on all of us.
Next, you know how sometimes we just get lost in our own thoughts, or we forget what we were just about to say? It happens. It happens to me. It happens to everyone. You forget a word that is so simple, stuff like that. So we can use these expressions for this. To blank or to blank out. It's pretty much the same thing. To blank or to blank out is basically to suddenly forget something or everything, and you're just like buffering. She asked me a simple question and I just blanked. Maybe I was nervous or something, it doesn't matter, but I suddenly forgot everything I wanted to say and I couldn't say anything. My mind, everything was just empty here for a second. I blanked out.
Well, I blanked on a phone bill.
Liz, I blanked out an entire period of time.
The next one is kind of related to blank or to blank out, but it's just really funny. To have a brain fart. Yes. Brain fart. That fart. It's the same thing. You just forgot something, or, you You just forgot everything suddenly. Let me tell you something. I'm kind of bad with names. So if somebody introduces themselves to me, I really, really have to do some crazy stuff to be able to remember the name, but I often can't from the first time. So I just say, sorry, I had a brain fart. What was your name again? My brain had a moment. It got disconnected for a second. That's basically what that means. Brain fart. It's really funny. Just remember that.
Did you just have a brain fart?
Don, you said brain fart.
These expressions are very good, and like I said, they are very commonly used, and we're not done yet, but I just wanted to say something. Vocabulary and stuff like that could be very difficult and very challenging, but one thing you need to remember is you need to learn and explore all of this vocabulary in action. You can't just read about it, you can't just try to memorize it or, do any of that sort of academic type of stuff. It's great, absolutely, but you want to be able to use them, right? It's access over knowledge. You can know a lot of things, but if you can't use them when the time is right, well, what's the point then? I mean, you can still read and listen and understand. That's great too, but we're trying to speak. We're trying to use this language at a very high level to, do whatever it is that you want to do with this language, right? You need consistency and you need structure, and it's very, very difficult to do so. I completely understand. We're all busy, we have lives, and you need to find all the resources and you need to keep them all somewhere in one place, and it could be quite annoying. I get it. And sometimes you just don't have energy to do it and you beat yourself up. Oh, I'm so lazy. Oh, my English should be better. I want my English to be better, but it's just not working. What do I do? All of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's difficult. It's not easy. Consistency is not easy, and accountability is not easy, but you don't have to worry about that because we did it all for you. All you have to do is just choose your transformation from elementary to intermediate or from intermediate to advanced. These online programs are very well structured and everything is all in one place and everything just makes sense. You don't have to search for anything. You don't have to force yourself to do anything. Everything is there. We did all of that annoying stuff for you. All you have to do is just show up, turn it on, learn and have fun. And that's what we're all about here. So choose your transformation down below, and I hope to see you in one of our courses, one of our programs. And let's keep going with the video. Let's move on. Next, we all have a friend like this. And if you don't have a friend like this, you might be that friend, but a friend who is very, very brave. And you sometimes want to tell them, hey, I think this is too much. You have to be at your office at 9 a.m. and you wake up at 8:45. That's a little risky. And you've already been late 3 times this week. Maybe you want to not do that and be a little safer and make sure you don't get in trouble. Well, we have the perfect expression for that. Somebody who thinks they are way too lucky, but the luck can end at some point and you want to warn them about it. Push one's luck. Don't push your luck, which basically means don't take unnecessary risks. Don't just count on being lucky. Be safe. Don't push your luck. You were late 3 times this week. You're pushing your luck. Wake up earlier. Right, to push one's luck.
Don't push your luck.
You're pushing your luck, Scoop!
Next is quite funny if you really picture it. Sometimes you say something without thinking, and maybe your intentions were pretty good, but once it came out, you realize that it did the opposite. For those situations, we can say to put your foot in your mouth, or to put one's foot in one's mouth. And it's a really funny visual. You just said something that you really shouldn't have said. For example, there's a very popular trope in, comedies and TV shows when a really stupid man is asking a woman whether she's pregnant or when the baby is due, and the whole joke is she's not pregnant, which is really stupid. But for those types of situations, you could say, oh, when I asked her if she was pregnant or when the baby was due, I really put my foot in my mouth. Like, I really shouldn't have said that. I put my foot in my mouth. And yes, you should never say that. That's for sure.
I really have put my foot in my mouth, haven't I?
You may take your seat now before you put your foot in your mouth any further.
And the last one is very fun, because sometimes you just say, whatever, I don't care. I'm not gonna prepare. I'm just gonna get there and improvise. For that, we can say to wing it. Wing, like wing. Wing it. Let's just wing it. I didn't prepare for my presentation. I'm just gonna wing it. Not a good idea, maybe for that, but you know what I mean. You can't prepare for everything in life, so if you're very confident in your skills or whatever the case may be, you can just wing it. Let's just wing it. Whatever. It's fine. We'll figure it out as we go. We'll wing it.
Let's wing it.
We're just gonna wing it.
These are our expressions. And I hope you guys liked this video because, I mean, I have way more where this came from, so if you liked it, stick around and we'll explore way more stuff. I love vocabulary, I love pronunciation, I love grammar, everything English. I just love teaching it and making content about it, so let's explore more. We have much more we can explore and have fun with together. Thank you guys so much. Leave a comment down below what you want to see next, and I will most likely do it. All right, until next time, and don't forget to check out the links in the description box down below. Join one of our programs and transform your English effortlessly. And I'll see you either there or in the next video or both. Peace.